Hello, Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. I hope you're well. Thank you very much for being here. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot, and this is your second quarter prediction. Today, we're going to take a look at April, May, and June. It is a collective general reading, so as the messages come through today, take what fits, leave what doesn't, because if it's not your message, it simply means that it is meant for someone else. And be sure to check out your other placements. If you don't know what they are, in the description box is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. With all of that said, let's begin. That's my little Samuel moving around back there. So let's begin. Tapping into the Aries collective now for Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What does Aries need to know for the second quarter of 2026? We're looking at April, May, and June for the Aries collective. One more shuffle here. Thank you. In April, we have the Chariot, we have the Ace of Swords, and we have the King of Pentacles. For May, we have the Three of Cups, we have the King of Cups, and we have the Two of Pentacles. And in June, you have the Lovers, the Queen of Wands, and the Ace of Cups. The underlining energy here for the second quarter is the Six of Swords, the Sun card, and the Magician. That leaves the Nine of Wands, Five of Wands, and the Emperor. There you are at the Temperance here at the bottom of the deck. Looks like you are on the move. Let's see where you're headed. We're going to clarify this now using the After Tarot deck. If you're not familiar with this deck, the images are different and the meanings as well, and we'll go through them as necessary in your reading today. Let's clarify this now for the Aries collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. We are clarifying April, May, and June of 2026. The Chariot, Ace of Swords, King of Pentacles, Three of Cups, King of Cups, Two of Pentacles, the Lovers, Queen of Wands, and the Ace of Cups for the Aries collective. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Chariot is clarified by the Four of Pentacles. The Ace of Swords is clarified by the Ten of Wands. And the King of Pentacles is clarified, look at that, by the Lovers. The Three of Cups is clarified by the World. The King of Cups is clarified by the Hierophant. And the Two of Pentacles is clarified by the Chariot. The Lovers is clarified by the Five of Cups, and the Queen of Wands is clarified by the Seven of Cups, and the Ace of Cups is clarified by the Six of Cups. Underlining energy, Five of Pentacles, Justice, and the Page of Swords. That leaves the Seven of Pentacles, Four of Cups, High Priestess to the Five of Wands, and the Moon is peeking out there behind it. Aries, Aries, Aries. Clearly, I have tapped into a group of you, and keep in mind, these are collective general readings. So if it's not your message, just check another placement. Don't get upset. But I've tapped into a group of you where you have a choice between two, whether this is two career paths, two industries, two relationships. It could be a living situation, although I don't really have anything denoting that, except for maybe the Chariot could be a card of movement, but I'm not really feeling it that way. This seems to be a choice between two jobs, two industries, and for most of you, two lovers. April, the Chariot to the Four of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords to the, I'm going to call it the Ace of Wands, even though it is a Ten of Wands, and I'll explain that in a second, to the King of Pentacles, to the Lovers. You have a choice here, a choice in which direction you want to go in, what direction or path you want to invest your pentacle resources in, your time, your love, your money. It looks like you are choosing the new. Something here has been holding you back for moving in a particular direction. In the month of April, I feel like you're unshackling yourself or taking the chains off. And I say that because the Chariot is the fastest card in the deck, and the Four Pentacles in the After Tarot deck, which typically means something we're holding on to. There's a sense of stability here. We have some control when we're holding on to the situation, environment, or connection. But this is met with scorpionic energy. So it is the death card, basically. So it's almost like you're ending, holding yourself back for moving in a particular direction. You see things very clearly. Now you understand where you want to invest your pentacle resources, or who you want to invest your pentacle resources. And the Ace of Swords tells me you're having this aha epiphany moment, this moment of clarity. It's almost a feeling of, I know that this won't be easy, but I'm going to do this anyway. The individual here is dropping the Nine Wands, dropping the resistance, albeit difficult, and holding the Ace of Wands. So you have two aces here just in April. This is like definitively knowing I'm moving in this direction. I'm choosing this company. I'm choosing this career path. I'm choosing this person. It's possible if you're a business owner, you're choosing a new vendor to work with, but this is definitely choosing the new, choosing to invest in the new. And why do I say that? Because in May, we have the Three of Cups to the World, the King of Cups to the Hierophant, and the Two of Pentacles right back to that Chariot. So the feeling is here, I have been examining or contemplating a variety of choices, again, whether in career, finance, love and romance, or some other aspect of my life. But there's an end here to these choices or third party, or again, I'll just call them options. There seems to be an end here in the World card. Now, in the After Tarot deck, typically what we see with the World card are in the four corners, we have the four fixed signs, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. But in the After Tarot deck, the four corners are fixed here with the four aces of tarot, the Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, Ace of Cups, and the Ace of Wands. So it's not only I'm ending confusion or options or choices, I'm now manifesting to move in a particular direction, the direction that you are choosing or selecting here in the month of April. And you seem to be very firm in this, the King of Cups. Your heart is open. That's the direction I want to go in. No one is changing my mind about it. This choice that I am selecting for myself in April is aligned to who I am, or what I want to be, or what I want to create, or who I want to be with. And this is Taurus energy. So this is you being very defiant in a way when it comes to your heart space. I'm moving in this direction because I love that direction, or I love that person, or I just love knowing that that path aligns with me. Two of Pentacles to the Chariot, and you're moving forward now where you were previously holding yourself back. The chains are off. The decision is made. You feel really good about this, moving in this new direction, and you're doing so in a very balanced way. You're also creating time. The Two of Pentacles often talks about prioritization or time management. And so this is, I'm creating time now to move in this direction. It's no longer a dream. It's no longer an option. It's no longer a fantasy or a choice. I'm choosing now to move in the new direction. And again, I say new because look at June, that Lover's card, that who or what I'm deciding here in April to invest in June, this is really coming together. You're making this choice and you're moving towards the new. In the traditional Five of Cups card, we see an individual crying over the Three of Cups. Again, whatever situation, environment, or connection just didn't work out. And some tarot readers call the Five of Cups card the River of Tears for that reason. But in the After Tarot deck, this person's no longer crying over the options and choices. They are heavily focused on one set of cups. So this seems to be this new connection, whether it's professional, platonic, or romantic, that you're choosing to invest in. And in June, you're doubling down on that investment. Queen of Wands is your energy. This is like there's no looking back. For me, queens exist in the present because they process the past. And your past here seems to be with that Queen of Wands here. Because of what I've gone through, I'm moving in a new direction. In the After Tarot deck, the Seven of Cups, the individual is holding the Ace of Cups. So you technically have three of the four aces here on the table. So choosing to move in this direction with this partnership, there's your Ace of Cups, what you are selecting, this new soulmate, I'm going to call it. The underlining energy here is I've manifested this. Again, that World card is also a card of manifestation. So I'm moving forward towards my manifestation, full steam ahead. Maybe in the past I was holding myself back, but no longer. So you're moving towards what you believe is the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. You're doing it in a just, fair, balanced way. Chariot to the Two of Pentacles. You're coming out of a state of lack or indecision or not knowing which way you wanted to go with this. Because the Five of Pentacles in the After Tarot deck, the individual is coming out from being in lack. They have a big old sack of pentacles. So again, like I'm choosing to invest in this new direction. I've done my homework. I have all the knowledge or information that I need in order to move in this direction. You have the Nine of Wands, the Five of Wands, and the Emperor. Remember what I said, it hasn't been easy for you to make this choice or this decision, and you know that this new path, if you will not be easy, but you're taking full reins and control. And again, we have balance here with the Temperance card. In the After Tarot deck, you have the Seven of Pentacles, you have the Four of Cups, and you have the High Priestess. This is you planting a seed in a new direction, dumping out the old for the new. And you're being led here by your intuition to do this. So let's begin to clarify a little bit here. What is this aha epiphany moment that you're having in April that you're like, yep, This is the direction I'm going in, because it's like you're holding yourself back up until April from moving in this direction. So what is that moment of clarity here for the Aries collective in April? What is that moment of clarity? One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Ace of Swords is clarified by the Seven of Cups, the Page of Wands, and the Four of Cups. Bottom of the deck, we have Temperance. Clarify that Ten of Wands. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Ten of Wands is clarified by the Two of Cups. Told you, new connection here. Judgment. It's a judgment call that you're making. And the Wheel of Fortune. You feel like this is the right time. Page of Cups. So how do you have this realization or this epiphany moment or the clarity? It comes to you because you are discovering or assessing, if you will, this state of confusion you've been in. In the Four of Cups, what you're realizing is where you're currently at is no longer emotionally pleasing to you. It hasn't gotten better. It's time to move forward. And you're like, okay, time to find another job or another place to live. Or again, for those of you, or maybe you have two lovers here, you're choosing to move towards the new. You feel like this is the right time, the divine time for you to do this. It's a judgment call that you're making. King of Pentacles. Clarify that King of Pentacles for me. Clarify the King of Pentacles. One more shuffle. Thank you. King of Pentacles is clarified by Eight of Pentacles. That's where you're investing your work. The Nine of Swords and the Page of Cups. Bottom of the deck, you have Ten of Pentacles. So this is where you are investing your resources, your time, your talent, your love, your money. It's in this new direction here. New connection, I want to say. Tell me about the Lover's card there. Tell me about the Lover's card. One more shuffle. Thank you. This is being clarified. Told you. Ace of Cups, Page of Pentacles, and the Eight of Swords. Bottom of the deck, you have the Three of Wands. This is like bon voyage to the past. Now, I don't think that you are fully closing out in April, but mentally, the gymnastics that you've had over this of do I stay, do I go, do I want to move in this direction, that's what is coming to an end in April. I think your first quarter reading was something to the effect of like the decision struggle is over. So it looks like in the first quarter, if that message resonated for you, and I'll post a link before if you missed that reading, it looks like in January, February, March, you were trying to navigate these feelings or trying to navigate, is this even feasible or possible? Like, is this just some lofty dream or can I actually make this tangible and move in this new direction? April is like you're doubling down. I'm moving in this new direction. I'm moving towards the new, the Page of Cups, the Ace of Cups, Page of Pentacles. There's an offering here from you to this person or this person to you. Again, could be job offer, could be love offer, but you are freeing yourself here in the After Tarot deck from the doubts, fears, worries, anxieties, and even concerns you had about moving in this new direction. So the choices that you've had or the options, it looks like in May, definitively coming to an end. King of Cups to the Hierophant, you're opening up your heart now in this new direction. Clarify that King of Cups energy here for the Aries collective. Clarify the King of Cups. One more shuffle here. Thank you. King of Cups is clarified by the Ten of Swords. We have the Six of Wands. And we have the Ace of Pentacles. So you are accepting the offer opportunity, or if you're extending it to someone, they are accepting it for you. And this is your truth. King of Swords energy holding that Ace of Swords. Clarify the Hierophant here. Clarify the Hierophant energy here for the Aries collective in May. One more shuffle here. Thank you. This is being clarified by the Seven of Swords, the Four of Cups, and the High Priestess. Bottom of the deck, King of Swords shows themselves again. That's some of you may have some high air placements here. King of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, and the Page of Wands. I'm glad I looked behind that King of Swords. So in the After Tarot deck, the Seven of Swords is not lying, cheating, betrayal. It's actually someone who's trying to move forward very covertly. They don't want to get caught. They don't want to make a mistake. They don't want to repeat something from the past. So again, if this was any kind of third party or multiple options, I now have made the decision to move in the direction of the new, but I want to do it carefully. I don't want to make any mistakes at the new job. I don't want to make any mistakes in the new relationship. I want to learn from my past lessons. This person is looking back while moving forward. Four of Cups, I think you're dumping out the past here in May. You're moving towards the new. And again, you're being guided here by your intuition to do this. This Queen of Wands could be a King of Wands. I don't read body parts. May be the individual that you're moving towards. That seems to be what's happening here. So this is someone that you find to be your equal. Yeah, clarify the lovers there to the Queen of Wands. We're going to do a joint clarification here. Clarify the lovers to the Queen of Wands. One more shuffle. Thank you. This is being clarified by the Eight of Wands. This is who you're moving forward with. Again, we have Justice to Justice and the Four of Swords. Bottom of deck, King of Swords again. So, yeah, you're being led intuitively and intellectually in this on this new path with this person. And this is, you're moving forward towards justice here. Tell me more about this new connection here with that Seven of Cups to the Five of Cups. I was going to call it the Two of Cups because that's basically what it is in the After Tarot deck. The Five of Cups is the Two of Cups because you're looking at that new connection. One more shuffle here. Thank you. You have the Three of Pentacles. This is someone that you're building with. Three of Cups and the Two of Pentacles, turning your back to the past. Nine of Pentacles here at the bottom of the deck to the Moon, to the Tower. Wow. This is you being very grounded, you deciding to move in this direction. This is the source of my joy. This is the source of my happiness. I'm turning my back to the past and the Two of Pentacles. I'm making time to put in the effort to work on this connection. Anything else we need to know here with that Ace of Cups here? Anything else we need to know? One more shuffle. Thank you. Ace of Cups is clarified by the Hierophant. Again, doubling down on that. The Five of Wands and the Emperor. Bottom of deck, Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, this is someone you see as your equal. Someone you want to work with. You want to collaborate with. You want to build with. Or you want to be in this relationship with. For some of you, it's quite possible in April there is a marriage proposal here. I don't want to ruin that for anyone, but it's possible you're asking your person or your person is asking you. That obviously would be for those of you who are already in a long-term committed partnership, because this could be the planning of a wedding here or discussions of a wedding here in the future with the two Hierophant energies. Clarify that Six of Cups here. Clarify the soulmate. One more shuffle. Thank you. This is being clarified by the Moon, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Magician. Bottom of deck, Fool card. Yeah, you're on a whole new journey here with this person come the month of June. The past is done and over with. The indecision, the worries, the doubts, the fears. Should I do this? Should I not? Should I invest in this connection? This is full throttle here. This is the type of person that you have manifested. That's who this soulmate is. So you can claim this person how you want, Aries, whether it's professional, platonic, or romantic, although it's kind of hard for it not to be romantic. But again, it's a general collective reading. But this is the type of person you have been manifesting. Or if you're currently in a relationship, this is your relationship going to a higher level of commitment. I don't set the intentions for these readings to be love, but when it's so obvious, I have to, make mention of it. To me, this looks like a love reading. Let's get some oracle cards now, and we'll close it out with some kippers. 3 oracle cards here for the Aries collective for April, May, and June. One more shuffle. Thank you. You have taking a leap. Yep, taking that leap of faith. You have circle of care. And you have home. Bottom of the deck, you have lightness. I'll read these to you in a second. Can we get 3 more cards here, please, for Aries for April, May, and June 2026? One more shuffle. Thank you. You have wise owl. You have royal crown. And you have healing. Bottom of the deck, you have balanced cross. So this is definitely a relationship reading. You are leaping forward. You're overcoming the obstacles along the way. You're seeking knowledge, and your wisdom comes from experience. So this is a wise decision that you're making. And we saw that there with the Ace of Swords. And then, of course, the King of Swords revealed themselves several times in the reading. For May, you have circle of care. Grow with the support of love and compassion, connecting to the strength of others. This is you connecting with this person. You have royal crown. Wear your crown with pride. You are worthy of respect and honor. That was the feeling I had, was like this person, you see them as your match or your equal. So you feel worthy of them. They feel worthy of you. And then in June here, you have home, return to inner peace and self-acceptance, feeling grounded and at ease with who you are. I think that's how this person makes you feel. You probably make them feel that way also. And then you have healing here. Nature provides, use its gifts for healing. So it's possible in the month of June, maybe you just want to, again, ground yourself. You can go out, walks in nature, meditation, but that could just be for some of you there. But I really, really like this a lot. There's something going on here with It could be a proposal, or if you're currently in a connection, this could even be like discussions of relocation. Remember, I had said that in the beginning. I kind of had that feeling, but not really. But it's possible for some of you, this is you asking them to move in with you, or them asking you to move in with them, or maybe even the acquisition of a home. We'll close it out now with some kippers. Yeah, if there was any third party going on, because we did have the 2 kings there with the queen, and I don't read body parts, I feel like the third party is coming to an end. It looks like you're moving forward with the new person. Let's get 2 cards here for April, 2 for May, and 2 for June, please, for the Aries collective. You have main male. You could be the main male, or this could be the person that you are moving towards. And then you have the official person. Yeah, this is Emperor energy. So this would be main male, main female that you're moving towards. For May, please. We have house came out on the side. And you have message of concern. Bottom of the deck, you have occupation. Yeah, I get a feeling that for a small percentage of you, this could be discussions about you moving in with them moving in with you, or again, taking the relationship to a higher level of commitment. And then for June, what do we need to know for June? You have thoughts are on the side, and you have courthouse. I told you, I think for some of you, you're getting married or you're being proposed to. You have thoughts and you have courthouse. At the bottom of the deck, you have false person and adjudication. If this was a third party, it looks like you are moving towards divorce and moving towards a new person. So your thoughts here could be centering around severing that legal connection once and for all with maybe this person. You're realizing they were a false person and you're moving towards like a divine counterpart. Child to great fortune. Yeah, you're definitely here birthing this new connection or investing more in this new connection. That is what I have for you, Aries. Again, did not expect this to be a love reading, but here we are. New love is on the horizon, or like I said, the strengthening of one connection. And if you don't want to read it as love, then you're just moving towards a new professional soulmate. But this is new across the board. So congratulations. That is what I have for you, Aries, for the second quarter of 2026. If you like that message, it resonates with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. And don't forget to check out your other placements. Until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace.